see. All right, so it looks like we are live. Hey, Jess, how are you?
Hi, Vera. It's good to see you. Miss you.
Super nice. Miss you. I mean, I see you all the time, but I just don't miss you that much in person. How's your hump day going?
It's going good. Things are getting done. I'm doing my homework for the coaching program, so I got one thing off my list, and the house is clean. So that's all that matters. Those are my
Hey, you know
wins for
what?
right now.
Those are the priorities. I like that. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Thank you so much that you agreed to do this. I know it may be a little uncomfortable sometimes to share things, especially like in a live stream. But I feel like you're at a level of confidence right now that you're like, I'm good to go. So my first question would be, when you joined my program, it was over a year ago, I think, right? What was that initial feeling that made you say to yourself, like, you know what, enough is enough? I'm just gonna go for it.
How old was I? I was 32 years old. My daughter was 2 years old, and my body felt like a 80-year-old woman. Like I would get out of bed, my back hurt, my feet were hurting. Like it was like as if when I got out of bed, I was walking on nails, and so I'd be like hunched over and going up the stairs. I'm out of breath. I can't even carry my 15-pound daughter at the time, and I'm like, listen, I'm only 32. This isn't normal. This isn't right. And I have diabetes in my family. And I was had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant. And so my nutritionist said, Jessica, this can go away after the baby comes out. But just to let you know, this is a sign that you may get diabetes later in your life. Like this is just a sign. And so after feeling like an old woman at that age, I was like, I need to change. I need to do something. And especially because my confidence was just shot at that point. And I remember Googling Escondido boot camp, and you were like, I think the second hit on Google. And I saw that you did Facebook Lives, and I was like, what? And so boot camps really scared me, but I was like, why not? Let's try it. I did yoga. Who knows? And then when I saw your classes,
I did yoga.
yeah, yeah, totally like this, like opposite spectrum, right? But seeing your Facebook Lives and seeing how inclusive and they were majority women, and it was just like, okay, I'm interested. And I just like, I remember I didn't even follow procedures. I think I just went to your gym and you looked at me like, who are you? But it was not feeling my age and feeling like my body was shutting down, that I had to change.
Yeah, I remember when you came in that first time, I'm like, first, who is this girl? I'm like, how do you know us? She's like, I just Googled, I'm just gonna try. So I remember you were like struggling, huffing and puffing, and I'm pretty sure you like puked that day too.
Yeah, I threw up in my mouth because we were doing burpees outside. That was
Yeah,
my first time doing burpees.
yeah, but you held your shit together like really well.
I really did. I was proud of myself that day.
That's
I remember
awesome.
acting cool, like leaving the gym, like, thanks, Vera. That was cool. And then getting in my car. And I remember just like collapsing.
That's funny. Did you already have your own business then, or when did you start building websites?
I started I had one business before the one I'm in right now, which is I'm a solo entrepreneur, and I launched that business beginning of this year. But in 2014, me and my friend / business partner, we opened up a 2-woman branding design agency. So like I've never ran a business before. So it was like basically kind of faking it and like learning as you went. And I remember being always stressed out. And that was also playing a part in putting a toll on my body, because I had no process. I didn't know what I was doing. Plus I didn't have any confidence. And I was just trying to swim and keep my head above the water. And I think that was crucial, because I realized too that before I joined Slim Jim and, learned from a lot from you and like the community, I didn't have the confidence to really be present and serve my clients too. So that was the hard part.
That's pretty crazy. So now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about your food. What did you eat for breakfast today?
What did I eat for breakfast? 100 grams of eggs. Okay, see, I'm specific on this. 51 grams of Canadian bacon, And then I had my Ezekiel toast on it. And so all my friends were following me on my Fitness Pal. It's on there, so you could check it and keep me accountable.
That's awesome. What would your breakfast look like 2 years ago?
Chocolate croissant, chocolate,
Delicious.
uh, coffee with
Hot
a ton of
chocolate.
sugar, hot chocolate, coffee mixed with hot chocolate. What else? I just remember eating a lot of fatty stuff and a lot of sugar. And I realized that learning that sugar actually creates more cravings. And then you have sugar withdrawals, which make you want to have more sugar. So it's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Do you have any fears about like changing your nutrition? Were you afraid that you were going to be like on a diet and never being able to eat whatever you want?
Of course, because I'm a huge foodie and I love food, and that's how I grew up. Was my life revolved around food, and the idea that I was like, I can't have ice cream anymore. I can't have a cookie. That's like against my religion. And the thing that gives me more anxiety is always going out to eat with your friends, because that one is like, when there's food in front of you and you're talking to your friends, you don't realize how much you're consuming, and then your eyes get hungry. And then you know how when you're eating and you have like a basket of French fries in front of you and you're just like, I'm done. But then because they're in front of you, you're like still eating it unconsciously.
It's crazy how that works. That's so crazy.
That was the hardest
So
part. And sorry to interrupt you, but my husband loves eating out. So I'm just like, how do I say no, but then like go with it? And yeah, it was hard.
do you feel like you feel confident now going out and eating at the restaurant and you can like control your shit and eat what you want, but not like 2 baskets of fries?
How'd you know I used to eat 2 baskets of fries?
Because I would.
Totally. So like now before we go out, I check the menu to see what I can eat and what's good for me and like what works within the my calorie count. And then I do have like 2 French fries or 3 French fries, and then that's about it. And then like if there is dessert, like like even when I was out on this retreat over the weekend, they gave us lava cake and tiramisu. And so I was like, okay, I'll just have a spoonful. And then I ate it and then I was like, okay, I'm good. At least I got a taste of it rather than just staring at it and wanting it more because I can't have it.
Yeah, that's awesome. How does it feel to be in control of your food?
Super empowering, and at the same time you have a sense of freedom. Like that's the biggest thing. And that yes, you could have what you want, but you now know the limitations to it, because before it was almost like I could just eat whatever I want. I could just have it and then just feel like crap later on. But now it's like there's a balance to it. Now there's a balance to life, so that
Yeah.
you could still enjoy things but then not overindulge and regret it later and then hate yourself.
Yeah. Do your friends ever give you crap about like you eating things that they don't eat, or do you like actually eat what they eat? Like, how does that work?
My one girlfriend, I love her to death, but when she was, because you know how we take photos of our food to keep ourselves accountable, she was going through them and she's like, you eat rabbit food. I'm like, I don't know what rabbits eat, but this is like delicious rabbit food. And then my other friends, they like see me with like my Tupperware when we go out to picnics, because they're like going out and getting like cheeseburgers and stuff nearby. And they're watching me and they're just like, that's a really good idea, Jess. I think I'm going to try that. And then like the next couple of days, my friend's sending me like pictures of spinach. She's like, I think of you when I eat spinach. And it's like making me feel better because I know I'm doing something good with myself. So knowing that my habits are affecting and positively influencing my friends is really awesome.
That's awesome. So now let me ask you, when do you feel was the major shift that was like a breakthrough in your journey, like when you actually like started to move forward faster and like feeling more in control?
That's a good question. There was several milestones, I think, that happened where it was almost like someone lit a fire up my ass kind of deal. The first one was when I think as a group for Slim Jim, we ran the Grape Day 5K in Escondido. That one was really nice because then I had done it the year before. I joined the gym and my time was really bad. And then seeing the difference, training and like, focusing on my nutrition, I think I cut like 10 minutes on my time. So that was really
Wow.
exciting and empowering. And then I think what was the other one? Oh, when we started doing the virtual gym, I don't know why. I think it was because it was more of a convenience that I could roll out of bed and not have to brush my teeth and just like put on my workout clothes. That
But
it
do
was
you
like,
make your bed?
no, I'm being honest.
Now we find out.
I never said I did fix my bed though.
True that.
But I think it was that. And then you and Coach Izzy pushed me and said you could do the double peak one. And I'm like, no, I can't. That one's hard. That's like elevation and ups and downs. And I can't do that. I could run flat. And you're like, no, just do it. Just practice. And so I remember it being really effing hard. And then I went to you guys, and I remember I was talking to you because I was so discouraged by it because I didn't finish my first practice run. And then I talked to Izzy and she gave me some tips. And so then I started utilizing what you guys told me. And then I finished it, and then my time got cut, like when the day of the race was. And the fact that I survived and I felt fine after the race was like, holy shit, I could do anything.
It's crazy. I think it just shows that when you like working on your stuff, you know, day after day after day, it's awesome to not like kill yourself every day, but just understand that at some point you do things because you can, not because you couldn't, you know?
Right.
So I think
And
it's awesome.
and the empowering thing too is like when you think you don't know you can do it, you just need like one person to believe in you. And that's sometimes it's all you need. And then that's the part where the fear comes in because you're like, I'm going to fail. I'm going to suck at this. And then, but the fact that you have support behind you is the part that's like, okay, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And if you do fail, it's like what I did when I didn't finish the first time I practiced, like I learned something. I learned what not to do. And then I'm like, hey, I'm moving my ass. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, I love it. My one of my favorite quotes is says, "Learn to fail and to fail fast." So that way
Yeah.
you can like get back on your feet and you can keep moving forward. I think that's so important, and people just tend to like slow down that failure and like dwell on it and just sit there when in reality, like you failed. So what? You know what? Let's just keep moving and let's see what else we can do. What can we learn from this experience?
Yeah. And I was at a business conference once, and I remember was starting out my solo entrepreneurship earlier this year. And I was so scared to start because I was by myself. I didn't have the confidence. And I remember this coach was talking about investing in yourself. And she's like, listen, it's going to be scary and it's okay that it's scary. She goes, but think about it. If you don't make this leap now, the worst that could happen is that you're in the same spot.
Right.
That's it. And when you put it that way, I was like, oh my gosh. Like it's just simply that explained. Like, yeah, like if it doesn't work out, doesn't work out. But at least
Yeah.
if it does work out, I'm gonna be in a better place than I just started, you know? So
Yeah. And I think it's like the same thing. If you like, you never get something unless you ask. And the worst thing is going to happen, you're going to get a no. So
right.
what?
Right.
You know, whatever. So my last question for you is, you are doing this 6-week program, the beta program with us, and we're continuing to do a 12-week program. How do you feel this is different from things that you've done before? What is the major difference that helps you, you know, keep leveling up? That's the only way I can put it.
Yeah. I've done other challenges where it's just more fitness and nutrition focus. This one's really like mindset. Like you're asking these like, we're dealing about motivation, failure. What's the other ones? Like even cleaning your house. And I'm like, what does this have to do with like health? And then you realize like, yeah, it's about a healthy mindset. And before you can even act on these like these healthy habits, you really have to work on yourself first and be honest with yourself. And I think that's the hard part, is being true and like admitting like, hey, this is like a flaw of mine, or this is not my strong point. And I think that's the biggest deal, and that's the biggest takeaway, because once you figure out your mindset, then everything else falls into place. And then you could really take that in the sense of a long-term kind of goal, where like, I feel like the 6-week fitness, like how fast can you lose weight? It's just kind of like, it ends right there. But with this kind of challenge where you're dealing with yourself, really, it's really just about the long-term. And the fact that I told you earlier, like it's it's affecting my household in a positive way, you know, and it's setting an example for my daughter. And me and my husband have like these awesome systems now that we've created these past 6 weeks that are making our lives easier. Like before, it took us like 30 minutes to clean up the house at the end of the day. Now it takes us like 10. And now we could just hang out and enjoy, like have fun with our daughter and enjoy our time with ourselves and relax. Like it's flipping amazing.
That's so awesome. I love it. So I know I said it was my last question, but now is my last one.
It's okay if you
What is,
lie. It's normal.
I mean, can't argue with that. So I do. So what is the thing that you're working on now, like mentally? Like what is the challenge that you're working on that you never even thought you would get to like 2 years ago? Like if you talk to to yourself 2 years ago, she would be like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
2 years ago, I was like a scaredy cat. I was cautious. I always like tiptoed around things and was always scared to make mistakes because I was a perfectionist and a people pleaser. I like to say that I'm a former people pleaser now. So the idea that now I'm really doing things for myself and what makes me happy and what feeds my soul. And I'm pushing my comfort zone out because it used to be this tiny 2 years ago. And now it's more like, okay, let's get further out and like, get uncomfortable. And that's the part that I'm still struggling with. But like yesterday, I hate public speaking. Like I was nervous before I even got on the call with you, Vera. And I'm like huffing like lavender oil. So it's still a struggle. But the fact that is that it's like, okay, let's just how far can I go? And it's okay if it's going to be uncomfortable and like, let's just do it because you never know what's going to happen.
Do you think you will ever get comfortable being uncomfortable?
That's a funny question because snap, Vera. That was a hashtag deep. It kind of,
I'm taking notes.
My mind kind of imploded on that one. Yeah, I'll get comfortable, but at the same time, it's like you're always pushing yourself to do something new that you've never done. So you will always be uncomfortable, like until you get comfortable at it. It's like, what's the next thing? Like, what's the next goal? What's the next level? So
yeah, I love it. Like there are so many things I love about you, but I think it's that your curiosity and your open-mindedness to see what's out there, not like there's no way I can do it, or like I can do it, or like I must do something like this, but it's the way you put it, like, how can I do this?
Yeah.
I think this is like one of the tools that helps you just get this massive success and the action that you take, like right on it. Like, you know what? I don't know if I can, but you know what? Let me try and see what happens.
And it's gonna be hard, like that's a given, right? And so you just have to keep going and keep practicing. And like, yeah, you're gonna fuck up like once in a while, but it's okay. Like we're human. We should give ourselves grace about it and just keep being honest with yourself and then just keep going. And there's just it's just like being consistent, like you said. Get those reps in. Number 3.
Yep. Get your reps in. That's what I say every time. Hey, thank you so much for your honesty. I really, really appreciate it. I think that you are a huge inspiration to our community. I know a lot of women are just sitting out there and like not feeling comfortable, like, I'm going to wait, or I'm going to wait until January. I'm going to wait until Monday.
Yeah.
But the reality is that what you do today matters the most.
Yeah.
And a little thing that you can do today and a little help that you can ask for today, like a friend that you can reach out to me, ask a friend in the community, hey, what is that you're doing that helping you? Asking for help is okay. And the action needs to be taken every single day, not like just waiting for the perfect moment, because perfect moment will never come.
Yeah, totally. You just have to
Just
make
the
it
reality.
yourself, right? You just gotta make it.
Yeah, exactly. You are the creator of your life. I strongly believe in that. So you create the life that you want. And, as my hat says, I do what I want.
I do what I want.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock for our morning workout. Thank you so much to everyone who is watching. If you guys want to drop a comment for Jessica and just say how awesome she is and she's such a badass. And if you guys want to get started today and now, wave at me. I'm right here. I'll connect to you and we'll get you going. I hope everybody has an amazing Saturday.
Wow.
Amazing Wednesday,
Time
Saturday,
traveler.
Thursday. I know, and all of the above. And I will talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys. Thank you.